Hey gang, welcome back to my channel. I'm alive. Who knew? It's a little bit higher, different view. I got a different vehicle. Might be a little sunny. We're gonna try it and see what happens. How are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing good. I got lots to catch up on. Topiramate, first and foremost. I've got my glasses on because I'm driving. So hopefully that's not too glaring and distracting, and I won't be looking at you directly because I gotta watch where I'm going. Let's see. I'm down a couple of pounds, which is good. Let's see. I think I told you in the last video that I had to take my mom and put her in the hospital temporarily because of some health issues, and I have to take her back to the doctor. Need some more questions answered with that before I'm satisfied, so I've got that going on. Let's see what else. And like I said at the start of the video, I got a new vehicle. Well, it's new to me. It's not brand new, but it's new. They're new to me. It's a 2017 Ford Escape. So, yeah. I cried. I had a 2007 PT Cruiser. I don't know if any of the rest of you, I'm probably the only one, so it's only me, so it's okay. I cried several times leading up to getting rid of my car. This is probably going to be a long and rambly video, but just please bear with me. I miss you guys so much. I just have been so busy with so many different things and just have not had an opportunity to video, and this is my first opportunity. I am on my way to a doctor's appointment, and so I just thought this would be a great chance for me to see how this would video in the new placement on the dash of my new vehicle, and see how things go. Hopefully the audio sounds good, because I'm sorry I don't have you plugged in, so my apologies. I should have done that. I did not grab my earpiece. So hopefully this will work. Okay, so last Friday. For those of you who have only been here for a minute, and welcome to all the newbies that are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I encourage you that if you're on Topiramate, to please leave comments down below of how you're doing. We're just a family here trying to take things a day at a time and share our experiences of how we're feeling on Topiramate, what's happening. And if you have any questions, by all means, post them down below. If I can't answer it, hopefully someone else who is currently taking the med can. If you are concerned about it or you've gotten off of it, don't feel like you still can't be here. This is by no means just strictly Topiramate channel of by any means. So, with that being said, for those of you who are new here, again, welcome. And you don't know, a little over 5 years ago, the 7th of July, 5 years ago, I had to have a complete hysterectomy. I had what's called a granulosa tumor in my right ovary, which was cancerous. And there was the start of cancer in my uterus, and also there was a spot in my left ovary, but thankfully that was not. But everything was contained, thankfully. Which just was such a blessing that it didn't burst or anything. But because of the type of cancer that it was, for the first 3 years I had to go back every 3 months, have blood drawn, have a cervical check, just to make things, a pelvic exam, that's what I was trying to think of, sorry, just to make sure everything was still on the up and up. The blood test I get is to check my inhibin levels to make sure that it doesn't come back. once I got to that 3-year mark, then I graduated to being seen once every 6 months. I was initially told all that time that once I got to the 5-year mark, that once I hit that 5-year point that I was done. That if I made it to the 5 years and I was clean, that I was done and I would be free to go. Until probably about a year ago when I was told, no, you're going to have to come back every 6 months for the rest of your life. And which was kind of a bummer, and yet at the same token, I told my surgeon's nurse, as long as I get a good report every time, I'm okay with that. If that's the way it has to be, so be it. As long as I get a good report, I'm good with that. I went up a week ago today and had my most recent 6-month exam and got my blood test back the other day, and everything was good. Yay! Always happy about that. She did tell me that, I believe it's the CDC, correct me if I'm wrong, because a lot of times I am, made new concessions that now, for my type that I had gone through, that I only need to be seen once a year. So that was good. But the new wrinkle is, and why I'm going back to the doctor today, is that I have to have a CT scan, or they wanted me to have a CT scan of my abdomen. They want to have a better visual of what is actually going on in there. And I'm not going to lie, I was kind of unnerved, and I think I was having kind of some phantom pains in my abdomen earlier on in the week, and like going, what if they see something in there that I don't want them to see, or, you know, and I just had to suck it up and say it is what it is, and I feel fine. I feel fine today. My blood pressure is probably going to be up because I have a bit of white coat syndrome. I get very anxious whenever I go to anyone in the medical field. It doesn't matter whether it's a doctor, a nurse, a dentist, it doesn't matter. I always get anxiety filled and my blood pressure goes up. So anyway, that's what I am up to today. I was just at a convention this past weekend for 3 days, and I was the chair of the board and had finished fulfilling my duties there and was recognized for that. This week I am going out to Maryland for a different convention, and so travel. Possibly if I'm able to, I'll try to take a few video clips that I can maybe put in and show you a few spots that so you can see where I'm at a little bit. I'm going to National Harbor, Maryland. It's very close to D.C. and I'll be going for some learning and for some fun as well. So I leave on Sunday and I won't be back until Thursday. So there's that. Probably shouldn't be telling you that, should I? Anywho, what else is going on in my life? Dating is hard. Dating is hard. Dating is hard. I meet people and dating is hard. I'm not quite sure who watches my videos, so I hate to say too terribly much in too much detail. Maybe someday, and I'm terrible for that, and I apologize. I'm so, but if any of you are single out there, dating is just difficult. It's hard to find someone that is honest, true, and I know I've seen a few new ones popping in, and so I'm just so excited to have a few new subscribers. So again, welcome. But I just really want to know how you guys are all doing. I really genuinely do. Are you still all taking the Topiramate? How much are you taking? How are you feeling? I just know that I'm still on the 50 milligrams, and it seems as though every time I try to go on a higher dosage, it kicks my butt. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And maybe, I don't know, the biggest thing for me, when I say that it kicks my butt, what I'm referring to is emotionally. Yes, it gives me more tingling, like in my hands, my wrists, and things like that, which I could deal with that. I could deal with that all day long if I had to. But when it messes with my anxiety and my emotions, that's when I struggle so bad. And I think I might have mentioned in my last video where I started taking B12. I take 500 milligrams of B12, and I'm not quite sure why that seems to help, but it does. I know someone else, one of you had mentioned about vitamin D, taking that, which I have not. I appreciate that suggestion, and it's not that I've discounted that, I just haven't done it yet. But I've been trying to get a little bit more natural vitamin D out in the sun too. But I don't know, the B12 has been just a super huge help. Why? I don't know. Could just be me. Could it be a mental thing? Possibly. But I just really think that the B12 has, I mean, I can definitely tell a difference, because I was so much more emotional before. I still get emotional at times because I just am an emotional person. But I just don't feel as emotional as I did before I started taking the B12. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to tell you guys. Well, in my new vehicle, new to me vehicle, I, for the first time in my life, have a sunroof up there. I don't know, let's see here. You can see it open. It'll either open part way for the inside, or it'll open up clear back there. How cool is that? They call it a panoramic roof. I don't know. It's a sunroof to me. Just the front portion of the glass opens up, but the inside cover can open up a good portion, like over the passenger seats too, which I think is pretty cool. Doesn't take too much to entertain me though. So, and then in the front I've got a big screen for my GPS, which I really, really enjoy. When I plug my phone in, it gives me the Apple CarPlay. And what that does is that allows me, obviously, to be able to see my GPS from my phone. It also allows me to see some of my apps from my phone. So, like, when I'm going down the road, I can play a book on Audible, and it can be playing at the same time while my GPS is running. And the GPS will stop my audiobook and give me the next direction that I need to turn. So most of you are probably going, yeah, we know that. We have that already. You're talking to somebody who has driven the same car for the last 12 years. So just cut me a little slack, okay? It's just a dream, because the first night when I brought the car home, I call it a car, it's an SUV. I got out, I parked, I locked it, I started walking across the yard towards the house, and I stopped. I turned around and I looked at her. It's a her. In case you were wondering, of course. She's a her to me. And And I got over to the sidewalk, and I turned around again, and I looked, just in such disbelief. Then I got over to my house door, and I turned around again, and I looked, and I was like, I just can't believe it. Do you ever have any of those moments in your life where you're just like, I just can't believe it? Kind of like when my first granddaughter was born, and I look at her, and it's just like, I can't believe you're really here, you know? One of those amazing moments in life. I don't know. Which brings up a good point to always be so thankful and to cherish every moment. You know, life isn't always about all of these big, fabulous things. You know, we watch all of these videos, we watch all the movies, we watch or see, you know, the magazines or what have you, all of the social media of all these fantabulous things, and that, you know, social media tries to get you to believe that you're nobody unless these really big things happen to you, right? Which could not be further from the truth. Because if you have someone in your life, whether they're blood relation or not, you know, family doesn't necessarily have to be blood relation. But as long as you have someone that you love in your life, that loves you in any way, shape, or form, in any capacity, you have a roof over your head, you have food in your belly, food in the cupboard, you are so rich, so much more rich than anyone. I mean, there's a gentleman that I know who for anonymity reasons, I will not name, but who has a fair amount of wealth in his life, but was recently diagnosed with cancer. All the money in the world can't buy your health. It just can't. And especially when it's at a detrimental stage of cancer that, you know, that's terminal. You can have billions of dollars and it means absolutely nothing. So it's all in the perspective in your life of what you have and how you see things, how you visualize things. So, you know, if there's any kind of a takeaway that I can give all of you in this life is just to always keep things into perspective. When I had to give my chair's address at this convention last weekend, I kept it very short and very sweet. And what I basically said was what our pastor had taught us many years ago, which was to always remain humble and teachable. No one is any better than anybody else. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. It doesn't matter who you are. To be blunt and honest, we all poop. We all have to eat. We all have to dress ourselves. We're all just human beings trying to get through this world, trying to navigate and figure out how to get through it in the best way that we can. It just so happens that some of us, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about famous people, are in the public eye and are well known. And some of us, and I'm talking about me this time, are not. But just because some people are in the public eye absolutely does not make them any better than anybody else. Always remember that. Because sometimes we get into what I like to call, and I don't remember where I had heard this, but I do like to re-say the phrase, and that is called comparatinitis. We always like to compare ourselves to everybody else, and wish our lives, were so much better. I wish I had her hair. I wish I had her body. I wish I had his wealth. I wish I had his determination. I wish I had, And I'm going to be vulgar for just a second. My mother used to say to me years ago, wish in one hand and shit in the other. And what have you got the most of? You could wish your life away. Don't do that. Live your life. Don't wish it away. Live your life. Don't compare yourself to other people. Look in the mirror. Tell yourself you love yourself, even if it feels corny. Just tell yourself you love yourself. And to continue to speak positively to yourself. I was reading something on Facebook just yesterday that was something, this is getting longer, sorry, but bear with me. If you haven't clicked off already, kudos to you. But I was reading something yesterday that was talking about positive and negative self-talk and about speaking positively to your body, because your body doesn't know any better. That we need to speak positively to our bodies. And I thought, I never really thought about it that way. That's so true. And when you think about it from the fact of, if you were sitting across the table from a friend and you were in an in-depth conversation and your friend was having a hard time with whatever it might be. Your friend was having a hard time with their weight. They were struggling, or they just weren't liking how they looked, Your friend was sitting across from you and saying, God, my face is so round, I hate my face, whatever. If you're sitting across from your friend, what are you going to say to your friend? You're probably going to say, you know what, you're beautiful. You are perfect just the way you are. There is absolutely nothing wrong with you, and I want you to stop beating yourself up. Right? Now, instead of another person sitting across from you, why don't you try sitting across from a mirror, sitting in front of a mirror? And that person that you're talking to is yourself. A little different, isn't it? Yeah. Because we are so painfully hard on ourselves, aren't we? At least I know I am. Because like that friend who is putting herself down, that's what we do to ourselves a lot of times. We can be so terribly mean to ourselves. Just, gut-wrenching mean. But we wouldn't ever dream of being so mean to our friend. Right? If your best friend came over and, you wouldn't ever dream of looking at him or her and saying, you're an ugly piece of shit. why you even think about, being around. I can't, you would never dream of that. You would be like, stop it. You are a gorgeous human being. I would be lost without you. You mean so much to me. I value our friendship so much. You are like a sister or a brother to me. I can't imagine my life without you. So now imagine saying those things to yourself. And some people think, yeah, oh, that's just so corny. But is it? Maybe we need to take up a challenge amongst our family here, amongst our YouTube family, and just try for, if you can't go for a month, try for a week. Just try speaking life into your body. Just try speaking positivity and nice things to yourself for a week. No negativism. Even if you can't say something nice to yourself, refuse to say anything bad for a week. And let's see how we feel. And let's come back and talk to each other about it, okay? I'm going to put you up for the challenge. I'm going to take the same challenge myself, because the good Lord knows that I need it just as much as anybody, because I am painfully hard on myself. So, today is Friday, August 20th, provided that I get this video posted today, which I'm hoping to. So, next Friday will be Friday, August 27th. And I'm going to come back and I am going to let you know how I did for the week. If I was able to get through the week and make a conscious effort not to say anything negative to myself, and to see if I could actually speak positively to myself, and to also report in and let you know how I feel by the end of the week. See if I feel any better. And I want you at the end of the week, at the bottom of the next video, to report in and how you feel. If it made any kind of a difference. Just kind of a, I don't know, social experiment, if you will, amongst our little family here. Just to see if the positivity really does help. Or the lack of negativity, at least. I believe that there's going to be some good results. I believe that we're going to feel better. I really, really do. But anyway, you see, I am almost 29 minutes into this thing, so I'm getting into some heavier traffic, so I'm going to stay focused on what I need to do here. So I pray that you are healthy, that you are happy, that you are safe, and I pray that you have peace in your life. Until we meet again, my friends, have a fantastic weekend. Stay positive, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye, guys.